Guangzhou China Open. My goodness me, what a women's doubles we've just witnessed. An hour and 34 minutes of fabulous badminton, with Fukushima and Hirota coming through 22-20 in that deciding game. So next up we have women's singles, and it's the defending champion CHEN Yu Fei of China up against Michelle Lee of Canada, winner last week at the Macau Open. After that we'll have men's doubles, and Gideon and Sukamori, they've already won this title 3 consecutive years. Then we have the defending champion Kento Momota in the men's singles, then men's doubles with Kimura and Sonoda, 2-time World Championship medalists, and then we finish with the men's singles. The silver medalist from this year's World Championships against the silver medalist from the Asian Games last year. Well, with women's singles, our next match, a chance for us to look at the draw from quarter-final stage. And we can see 6 different nationalities, because there's 2 players from China, 2 from Thailand, 5 seeds by semi-final stage, just 3 seeds, but 4 players from 4 different nations. And it's the 6th consecutive World Tour event that has happened at, but it's only the 5th time it's happened in the women's singles here at this China Open, and we're in the 31st edition of this particular China Open. Both last year's finalists in the semi-final stage. Last year's beaten finalist Nozomi Okuhara already booked her place in the final, and will it be a repeat of last year's final? Because we are about to find out. CHEN Yu Fei, the defending champion, against Michelle Lee. Now, incidentally, 4 of the 5 disciplines at semi-final stage have both of last year's finalists. In the last 4, the only discipline where that's not been the case was the men's doubles. So that really is extraordinary, isn't it? Although we can't have 4 repeat finals from a year ago, because the women's doubles finalists from a year ago are battling it out on court number 2 right now. So Michelle Lee making history today, the first Canadian and the first female player from Pan America in a semi-final here at this China Open. First player and the only other player representing a country in Pan America was Tony Gunawan, Indonesian born, but was representing America in 2008 when he reached the semi-final of the men's doubles. So history being made with Michelle Lee today. Well, as you can see, this is the 5th meeting between these 2 players, and I can tell you CHEN Yu Fei has won 3 of the previous 4, including the last 2 occasions. Last time they met was in the last 16 of the recent World Championships in Basel. 3 thrilling games it was in Switzerland, an hour and 12 minutes before CHEN Yu Fei went on to take her 2nd bronze medal at World Championships. She's 21 years of age now, the defending champion, and when she won the title a year ago, what a tournament she had. She beat 3 former world champions back-to-back. Ratchanok Intanon in the quarter-final, Carolina Marin in the semi-final, and Nozomi Okuhara in the final. 1 place down from her career high of 2 on the world ranking. She spent a total of 15 weeks across 3 different spells at number 2 in the world. All of her matches in 2 straight games. The European Games bronze medalist Koetsetskaya in the first round. In fact, she had to come from down in that opening game, 15-18 down, 1/6 of the next 7 points. Then the left-handed Ohori, and then in the quarter-final yesterday beat the 2012 beaten finalist Ratchanok Intanon, former world champion, in 2 straight games. So to Michelle Lee, who turned 28 last Sunday and spent her birthday winning the Macau Open. What a lovely way to spend your birthday. Born in Hong Kong, but now lives in Markham in the Greater Toronto area in southern Ontario in Canada. Enjoying her 3rd consecutive week at a career high of 8 on the world ranking, and making her 5th appearance here at this particular China Open. Never previously beyond the 2nd round. Well, what a tournament she's had. She beat Jiang An Yi from Hong Kong, China in the first round, then Sonia Chia, who in the first round had beaten the number 2 seed and former champion Yamaguchi, quarterfinal against Busanan Ongbang-Rungpan. I guess we call him a coach, so I think he's more of a hitting partner. Kang Chao-yu, as we look at our court officials for this one. So, history being made. Michelle Lee, no player from Pan America has actually been in a final at this China Open, and perhaps I ought to quickly explain what I mean about this China Open, because there's 2 China Opens. When the BWF changed to the World Tour, they put out tenders for tournaments that wanted to become a Super 1000 or 750 as this event is, and the China Masters applied to be a 1000 event, and they were given that status, but the BWF told them they were not able to keep their name. So they wanted to keep their name as the China Masters because according to the BWF rules, the highest prize money events in any country, the tournament must be called the Open, so obviously the China Open. But this China Open fought their corner and said, we've been going since 1986, when the first ever China Open happened in Fuzhou, in this very city. And so we were allowed to have 2 China Opens, but it does cause confusion with our statistics, but I'm going with the fact that this tournament dates back to 1986. So, Steve, before we really get into this match, quite extraordinary that 4 of the 5 disciplines have both finalists from last year in the semi-final stage. Isn't it extraordinary?
It is. Lots of possible repeats.
Except for the women's doubles, because both finalists are battling it out right now. From a year ago, that is. Well, I think I heard you say earlier in the week that you thought Michelle Lee was playing, or maybe it was earlier today when you were introducing the matches, that she was playing better than you think she's ever played before.
Yeah.
That's fantastic news for Canadian fans.
This season here has been really great for her, in my opinion. Good results, beating good high-ranked players. Playing brilliant badminton. Very delicate playing style.
Yes, this is her second Super 750 semi-final, because she reached the semi-final of the Japan Open earlier this year. Beat Tai Su Ying on her way to that semi-final in Tokyo. Oh, lucky net cord, she immediately apologises. Apart from that semi-final in Tokyo, Michelle Lee obviously winning last week in Macau. That was her second consecutive Macau Open title. Also won the Pan Am Championships for a 4th time, and a 3rd consecutive gold medal at the Pan Am Games. Add to that a final of the Chinese Taipei 300 event, and I tend to agree with you, Steen. I think she's having a better year this year than she's ever had before.
Yeah, and she's always been able to sort of like occasionally play at a high level, but this year I think it's solid. Also, if you see the players who played coming to the semi-final, it's it's not players from amongst the sort of legend level that I think we have in women's singles here at the moment, but it's really good, solid players, and she's just disposed of them in straight games.
Yeah.
I really like her offensive play when she plays from above the tape. I think she's right up there with the best. I think where she is going to struggle also, I think she's going to struggle today, is if CHEN Yu Fei decides to put pressure on her defense. I think perhaps CHEN Yu Fei can still get by, and letting Michelle Lee sort of like hit the first blow. CHEN Yu Fei's defense should be good enough, but she's a very, very good player, Michelle Lee. And she's putting herself in contention for the year-end finale with these performances in Macau and here in Fuzhou.
Service over, 5-0.
Oh, that's gone wide. Well, there's a big responsibility on the shoulders of CHEN Yu Fei, because Chinese players have been hugely successful over the years in the women's singles discipline in this event. Only once in the 30 previous tournaments, this China Open, has there not been a Chinese player in the women's singles final, and that was fairly recently. That was 2014 when Sina Nehwal beat Yamaguchi.
Very short China of a title in the mixed double, but CHEN Yu Fei is the last remaining player in the other 4 categories.
Yes, and it's the first time in 26 years that there hasn't been a Chinese player in the men's singles semi-final.
Oh, that's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Service over, 8-6.
Do you think the accumulation of tiredness might take its toll with Michelle Lee? This is her 4th tournament
That's a difficult question.
4 weeks.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, when you wish a Macau Open for your birthday and you get it, and you win matches here in straight games and so on, then life is fun, badminton is fun.
Yeah.
I think the biggest hurdle is going to be the skill set of CHEN Yu Fei. But what a good start she's off to, Michelle Lee. Yeah, well placed.
Oh, yes. That's wonderful length on that clear.
7.
Now, I heard you saying earlier, Steen, that you thought the sideways drift was not nearly so pronounced, if at all. What about the lengthways drift?
I think there still is some, because in the women's doubles it was much easier to sort of convert your attack to points when you're playing this near side of the court, but it's good playing conditions in my opinion. I don't know, the shuttle speed, it's not like you have to fear playing the back line on one of the sides the way I see it, but probably CHEN Yu Fei can't put as much pressure on her shots to the back line as Michelle Lee can.
Yeah. Well, as you were saying, Steen, this has been a brilliant start by Michelle Lee. She has a 4-point advantage at the mid-game interval. Oh, that was a double hit, you know. Not only did she make the error,
手先手，
it was a
手
double
完以后
hit.
再去打它。啊，第二个就是说你的进攻，每次你这个打完效果不好嘛，就打之前打完上去连贯可以快，知道吗？他反抽你也不怕，知道吗？还有就是信心啊，从发球开始可以给他后场，知道吗？打往前，他往前动作你有点看不住，那你就给他后场自己平民就把自己的潜能都给激发出来。啊，
下次的时候耐心，这样是对你有利，好吧？这是一个。第二个往前的就要看住他的放往后推，啊，往前你拉高点。
Yeah, he was fighting for that third spot together with a couple of other Chinese players, Yu Lixi and there's one more, I've forgotten him. But after Sun Jun and Dong Zhong, who was the two top players there in 96, 97.
速度起来啊！
Service over. 8-11.
Two other players, very confusing. One was called Li Yu, and the other one was called Lu Yi.
It's good attacking play.
That's the way to do it.
She's obviously been told that she's been too passive. She's got to attack a little bit more. Quite obvious.
11.
She's missed it. So 3 points played since the mid-game interval, and all 3 points won by CHEN Yu Fei, the number 3 seed. She's had a good year too, hasn't she? She's played 4 finals, won 4 titles. All England, the Swiss a week later, Australian, Thailand Open as well.
Yeah. Started last year here,
Yes, you're
in my opinion.
right. You're right. Up until the Fuzhou China Open a year ago, she'd been in 4 finals and lost 4 finals. Now I wonder, looking at that Steen, she's just back from an ankle injury and she seemed to struggle there, slightly slow, changing direction.
And she can be in good shape, but she cannot be in top shape the way I see it, because an ankle injury prevents you from doing this on court.
Yeah.
So
That's long. So even if you're on the bike and in the hydrotherapy pool and trying to keep your fitness up, it's this changing of direction that you can't replicate off the court.
very difficult. All practice is specific. If you do bicycling, you get better at bicycling. There's some side effects as well, and that's the ones that you often are after in badminton, because it's not as it doesn't put as much strain on your body as running or working footwork on court. Footwork on court is the most efficient way, but it also puts a lot of strain on your body.
Oh, look at that backhand.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah. Well constructed rally by CHEN Yu Fei. 5 of the last 6 points. Look at that backhand. Follows up quickly.
12-0.
And there we can see whenever Michelle Lee is made to play from below the tape a little bit off balance, then the shot quality is probably going to lack a little bit compared to the very best players, top 5 in the world.
Well, whatever Luo Yigang said to CHEN Yu Fei has had the desired effect. She looks a different player since the mid-game interval. Oh dear. I hate to say it, Steve, but ever since I said that the accumulation of tiredness may take its toll, poor old Michelle Lee has struggled a little. I shouldn't make such comments. Oh yeah, that's lovely, well done.
No, but it's of course a consideration that every player should have when you play a number of tournaments. But I guess the idea behind it is that you enter the tournaments and you can't really, I mean, in a tournament like this, if you have a little bit of a bad draw or a bad day, then you're out in the first round, and it's nice to have a tournament coming up next week.
Yeah.
Oi.
Yeah, that's what you call comprehensively outmaneuvered. Michelle Lee did awfully well to stay in the rally.
Pirouette.
Yeah, a pirouette, it seemed the wrong way round.
Service over. 15, 30.
No lack of effort.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
16, 30.
And that's the thing about CHEN Yu Fei here, that she is really good at changing her game plan and adapting to the opponents that she's playing. So she's a difficult player if you are relying on one particular playing style, because she probably will find a weapon towards it or against it.
Yeah. Well, that's 11 of the last 13 points to CHEN Yu Fei. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Service over. 14, 80. $15, 80.
Going wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, well left.
16, 80.
She's also having an important match coming up next week in Hong Kong Open, Michelle Lee, where she plays Zhang Beiwen. That could be a direct playoff for the 8th spot in terms of qualifying for the World Tour finals, which is both awarding a lot of ranking points, but also very lucrative, as all players are certain of getting a nice price check.
Well, she could just win the title here, Michelle Lee, and secure her place anyway.
Yeah.
I haven't worked it out actually yet, so I don't know whether that's true or not.
No, but it's the two North Americans that are really
Yeah,
close on
absolutely.
that 7th spot there, where it seems like the other contenders, they have lost early here in Fuzhou. It's well played.
This is a good rally. Look at the amount of court that's been used. All 4 corners. Off, she's overdone it.
That was an important point for CHEN Yu Fei there, because she'd had trouble finding the points in the last couple of rallies. Trouble of finding the attacking possibilities. Outside the picture, Michelle Lee is standing behind the court. She doesn't look like she really wants to play a rally yet.
Yeah. Both players taking their time.
Good shot.
Oh yeah.
Service over. 80, 90.
So just 1 point in it. Goes without saying, this rally is absolutely crucial.
That. Okay.
Warning for delaying.
Strange mistakes, the last 2.
90. Oh.
Error from Michelle Lee,
Service over.
having been on a bit of a roll, 6 of the last 7 points.
90.
Error with the round the head shot, and it means that it's game point opportunity for CHEN Yu Fei.
Going wide? Maybe not.
Oh, good shot. Good retrieving too. I like that clear.
Yeah.
What a rally. Brilliant. Oh, that's superb. Well constructed rally by Michelle Lee, greeted to almost silence from the fans here
Oh.
in Fuzhou.
And I must say, those attacking clears, I know she's playing up against a slight drift, but those attacking clears, they're right up there amongst the very best.
Longest rally so far. Oh, that's going wide.
Wide.
Goodness me, you're right, Steen. You pointed
21.
out. What was it from 17-19 down? Michelle Lee got 2 gifts of a point.
Yeah, and both from the high serves in the right serving field. The first one was in the middle of the net almost, and wide.
So now it's game point opportunity to Michelle Lee.
Lucky to get away with that.
Oh, that's brilliant. And again, stunned silence from the fans here in Fuzhou. The opening game to Michelle Lee, 22-20, having saved a game point opportunity at 19-20 down. Well, I honestly thought when she was 13-18 down,
That was a loss of the game.
I thought Michelle Lee was down and out of this opening game. That's brilliant comeback by the Canadian. Superb. 25 minutes. Just under for the opening game.
要耐心一点。你看后面那几拍，之前打过的问题就是不敢顶，想要去拼，不要去拼那种，就跟他多拍一出来，继续再加速就好。你有能力去跟他多拍，你不用跑，就跟他拉，他会比你还累，耐心一点，打起来应该还好。
That'll be very interesting.
然后高球的时候就注意高度，就是头顶的时候压到他正拍，他正拍得起来，摸很快，所以你压出去就直接跟上去，不然你就打他绕头那边，打他绕头那边就注意他对角，这样子就准备就好，专心一点，多拍，给他跑起来，耐心一点打。
提醒各位，在比赛进行中，请不要使用闪光灯拍照，以免干扰双方运动员。 2019中国福州羽毛球公开赛赛事组委会真正感谢您对赛事的支持。
Please be quiet. Turn off your mobile phone or switch it to silent mode during the matches. Flash photography is prohibited during the matches. Fuzhou CHEN Under 2019 Organizing Committee sincerely thank you for your support.
Seconds. 20 seconds.
So a remarkable opening game. Yeah, copious notes going on from the coaches. Michelle Lee looked to be cruising at the mid-game interval when she led 11-7, then looked as if she was down and out when 13-18 down, but as I've said before, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And finish with a flourish. 22-20 opening game to the Canadian. Steen, do you think a player like CHEN Yu Fei is aware of the history of the event and therefore the burden of expectation? Only once previously from 30 previous tournaments, this tournament has there not been a Chinese player in the women's singles. But I know she won't be consciously thinking of that, but is that in the background of players' minds when they play?
I would say no, but here I'm not sure. There's something that's not right. And I mean, we've seen CHEN Yu Fei become more nervous than most Chinese women's singles that I've witnessed in my time as a coach. The way she played Uber Cup, where she played first women's singles last year, and got almost like stiffened on court and was not able to play to a reasonable percentage of her normal game. That was worrying. I think we saw it again in the World Championships this year. So I don't know if it's the history and the expectations or what it is, and it's just so weird in my opinion, because she won this tournament last year.
Yeah.
She've already won it, but I wouldn't rule it out. We saw Li Shuhui winning the Olympic Games and then losing big finals after that, where you would think, okay, she's won the Olympic Games, everything's in order, everything is just a bonus from now on, but it wasn't for her.
Yeah.
And that's fascinating in many ways, that people react differently, and you can still get nervous even though you won the very biggest of events.
Roger Federer.
Yeah.
Match point for his 9th Wimbledon title on his own serve.
And he couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. But it's the pressure is an awful lot of what sport is about. And dealing with pressure, you've talked, I know, in the past, Dean, about your concern of Gideon and Sulkamolio at the big tournaments in the men's doubles. But there has been such a tradition of success in this tournament, any tournament in China with women's singles players. And it just looks to me, you know, when she was leading 18-13, it was almost as if, what on earth is going through her mind? What's she thinking about? She should be relishing this moment, because she's only 3 points away from the opening game. But something was, you're right, something wasn't right.
And there's also, I mean, players are motivated differently, and I don't know which is the motivation for CHEN Yu Fei, but there's been some essays lately on the players that are not necessarily motivated by victory, but motivated by mastering the game of badminton. And I can recall at least one player that I've had who was motivated by mastering, and alerting him to the winning-losing motivation, that destroyed his game. So there's different ways of motivation, and there's also different courses for tense and nervous play. But it can also be like this. If CHEN Yu Fei feels that okay, Michelle Li is of a level that she shouldn't lose to her here, that sort of adds extra pressure.
Yeah. Interesting. One last point on that, Steen. I don't know if you've read Slaying the Dragon by Michael Johnson.
No.
Because his dragon and his pursuit in winning Olympic gold in 200 and 400 meters was running the perfect race.
Yeah.
And even after he won his 2nd gold medal in a world record time,
he wasn't really satisfied,
because he said there was a slight stumble. So he was always in the pursuit of perfection.
I've seen that part of the book.
So it's just to make the point that different players, now if these players are motivated by the winning and the focusing on the winning rather than trying to play the perfect badminton game, that's not necessarily wrong. There's no wrong or right way of doing it. That's going wide.
Service over. 5.
It's a little bit cagey at the moment.
And some of the things CHEN Yu Fei's got to be aware of here is to get the correct length on the shuttles, because otherwise Michelle Li definitely has the attacking shots to spell trouble for the Chinese player.
6, 5.
And maybe like you said, Jill mentioned earlier, that ankle injury, are you able to sort of change pace, pick up speed suddenly?
Because it was in the Denmark Open, wasn't it, that she picked up that injury? What's that, 3 weeks ago? Coming up 3 weeks ago? Yeah.
3 weeks.
It's not long for recovery.
No, it cannot have been a really serious ankle injury, and thank God for that, because that takes normally longer.
Oh, that's a beautiful block. Lovely idea. Just holding it and just trying to caress the shuttle over the net for a straight net shot.
Yeah, and perhaps one of the small weaknesses in CHEN Yu Fei's game is that she doesn't have a really strong attack, not a hard smash. Who did she lose to in the World Championships?
They played each other.
Yeah, but she didn't lose to Michelle Lee.
No, CHEN Yu Fei, sorry, lost to Sindhu.
She lost to Sindhu, which is exactly my point. There were slow playing conditions. So
well played.
So difficult to really get the attack converted to points against Sindhu, and we know that Sindhu has a big smash, and she's a really, really good retriever on court.
Thank you.
So that is a concern if you're either CHEN Yu Fei or one of the Chinese coaches or a Chinese fan.
8-6.
Well, this is 3 straight points. Straight points.
9-6.
She doesn't really know what to do at the moment, I think. I think she's become a little bit afraid of playing the back line.
So, on a run of 6 straight points, CHEN Yu Fei has a 5-point advantage here in the second game.
然后变你在杀的时候，变成都杀太快了。你要杀的时候点完再跟上，你刚刚有几个杀的，杀快让他被动。而你杀快的时候，他手过来质量还是很好，点完跟上去准备就好。打起来应该还好吧？自己试。这边球比较快，那球比较快。那你起来的时候，你动作小一点，跟在日本打的一样，不会中小发力，然后往前。
11-6.
So first things first, as far as Michelle Lee is concerned, she's got to stop this run of points. Oh, what a lovely net shot. Oh my goodness gracious. That was halfway to court too.
want to change the shuttle, just say so instead of trying to lose it.
Nine straight points. Oh, she's challenging. She won't win that one, I don't think.
Out.
Just passing by the coach to get some advice.
Indeed, the line judge was correct, as I suspected.
46.
9 straight points for CHEN Yu Fei.
And now it's not just about stopping the run of points. Now it's about getting an idea on what on earth do I do in the third game when we have to change ends again.
Yeah.
That was part of the solution.
It's over. 7-15.
It's not going to be as easy as that, but she's got to attack. She's got to take the initiative. She's got to work harder than she's done ever from this near side of the court. And when she chooses to play the back line, it's going to be with a little deception on. Takes away that little extra power that is going to take it long.
What's that, 13 or 14 points?
It was 6 all.
It was 5. She was 5-6 down.
She was 5-6 down, that's right.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's just letting this second game go now.
Yeah.
7.
That's landed in.
Service over. 8-90.
Yeah. Game point opportunities.
20. Game point. 8.
One game on. 21-8.
Won by CHEN Yu Fei.
Having been 5-6 down.
1 game all.
42 minutes into the match.
观众朋友
Game
们，比赛即将进行较级非常紧张的第3局，来，让我们跟随着音乐的节奏，跟我们一起加油，为运动员们鼓掌，助威！
然后就是说，你的高球有个时候可以偶尔打一打，知道吗？就行了，不要说我一定要压着你打，我速度上要压他，没必要，就跟着他的速度，但是不要变速，往前变速，后场变速，有这个就行了啊，大胆打啊！
手速度快，
发完球以后预判你就会高一点点，高一点点的话，哎，就好一点啊，让他不舒服啊，冷水池。
等一下，等一下。
自信就是来源就是在于自己的防守啊，所以你看你挣扎完以后啊，气没有，你的气上来，知道吧？啊，加油啊！
来，我们的速度再快一些。 谢各位，比赛即将开始，让我们将目光转回到比赛场地。
Well, the players back on court, but we haven't had the 20-second call yet. We have now. So it's going to take a huge mental and physical effort from Michelle Lee at the start of this second and third game, because she really wasn't even second at all. Just fizzled out. Which, of course, Steen, begs the question, do you think she'd hate to come back to it, but physically, do you think it's all caught up with her now?
There's a chance. I think it's a mix of the physical and then the sort of trouble in playing the whole court. And then you could say, but what about the 3 other days? I mean, there's also been drift the 3 other days, but it's just a better opponent she's facing today. And I think she's played the first game at a higher pace than she normally plays her matches in.
Oh, that's a lovely connection from CHEN Yu Fei. Gave the shuttle a little bit of height. Actually hit the net cord on the way down. Take a look at this. Look at that. Marvellous. Oh, that's delightful. What a shot.
3, 1.
It really hurt Michelle Lee. There was the net shot that fell close to the net, and now this shot, who also was played fairly close to the net, where she has to launch deep.
Sensational. My goodness me.
Service over. 2, 3.
You even seem to wobble in your chair there, Steen. You went the wrong way.
It was a total body deception. She was like not only using the racket, but also the body stopped up.
Yeah. Great shot. Landed in. That's the difference in ends.
And she can play. She doesn't have to think too much about her shots at the moment here. And again, if the pace goes up, then having to think about your shots is more difficult than if you're playing at a little bit lower pace.
Yeah.
Illustrating the difference from the previous days to today's match.
Service error.
Over. 4, 3.
Yeah. Frustration from Michelle Lee, and I can understand why. Look how high she takes this. That was a golden opportunity.
She probably also feels that she has to do well on this side of the court.
Yeah. Stayed her side.
6-3.
Yeah, the whole body language to me now
A couple of
looks
points more.
concerning.
A couple of points more for CHEN Yu Fei, and I think it's settled.
And she doesn't have to worry about that record we were talking about,
No.
that Chinese players keep the incredible record going.
Service over. 4-6. CHEN.
It's also another possibility that winning the first game 22-20 and up 6-5 in the second, you start dreaming, start drifting ahead in your mind, saying, "Wow,
Service
am I
over.
about to
7.
go in the final of China Open?"
Yeah.
That would be a pretty big accomplishment by Michelle Lee from Canada, and then tensing up a little bit and starting to think too much. So maybe she, if she's a little behind here, she loosens
Service
up a little
over.
bit.
5-7.
Interesting
对角那
point.
一排就好，然后直线把它抓紧一点。
Missed it.
Wow.
Oh, she's challenging.
CHEN Yu Fei challenge. Called out.
I thought it was optimistic challenging that.
Unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 6.
你往前要抓他推啊，
Hey.
保护好自己的信心啊，没问题啊。
Oh my goodness, what a shot! That's a
7.
moment of magic
Oh.
from Michelle Lee.
It's like it's 6-3 again. The same thing happened as 18-13 in the first game. That
Yeah.
CHEN Yu Fei gets a little bit too passive. That's a good lift.
Oh, yeah. Even better smash though from CHEN Yu Fei.
Service over. 8-7.
What a rally.
This is fantastic attack and defense.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. She had to weather the storm early on, did the defending champion CHEN Yu Fei. Great attacking play from Michelle Lee, and then suddenly, when CHEN Yu Fei had the opportunity, she produces an angled drop shot like that. It was going through my mind, Steen, at the beginning of that rally, because you talked a moment ago about CHEN Yu Fei going a little bit passive. And at the beginning of that rally, I thought, has she really gone passive, or has Michelle Lee actually upped her game and been a little more proactive?
That's a good question.
7.
Whatever
Defensive
the
answer is that it's a little bit of both.
Yes. I was going to say, whatever the answer, it's producing some lovely badminton.
Yeah.
Another terrific rally. Yeah.
他
Service
也
杀不死
over.
你，他也杀。
8, 9.
Longest rally of this deciding game, I suspect. Although that rally a couple of rallies ago might have been longer. Took that so early. That's such a good neck shot from Michelle Lee.
9. Oh.
Lunging forward, racket arm outstretched. Look at that. Look how close to the net that is. Shuttle upside down as it's going over the net.
And just when I think that she's like on her way down after that attacking rally that she ended up losing, she gets 2 points back and stays in it. Amazing performance.
Service over. 10, 9.
Oof. Yeah, stood her ground,
Service
did
over.
Michelle Lee, and I think that
10,
sheer
all.
threat forced CHEN Yu Fei into error. Actually, you know, Steen, I think that was a double hit again. I said in the opening game. Do you remember there was a what I thought was a double hit? So this rally will decide who has the advantage at the change of ends. And the answer is the defending champion, CHEN Yu Fei. Well, it may only be a point, but psychologically to have the advantage in the deciding game when Michelle Lee struggles.
等一下，在这边全部保持一个打法，起来的时候
Finish this
吊
match.
吊完跟，然后你如果要杀的时候点下来跟上去就好。其实你很多机会杀完有机会上去，可是你没有跟上去。等一下，你看他在打的时候，他起来的时候有时候都偷拼一拍，你要注意了，那一拍挡完之后，有时候你起来换你偷拼，可是你偷拼不要说拉很大让他知道你要杀，你就起来然后突然扬，然后再跟上去就好。不要说每一次拉起来的时候都是很大动作，你这个动作修小一点，然后去发力，去瞬间发力去压后面两点，然后有时候就照你掉下来压快一点跟上去，但是加速还是要做出来，那变速要做出来。
Distinct directions.
Yeah.
Apparently. I would really like to see Michelle Lee come out firing here and play totally different from the second game. Do something else than what you've done so far.
To be more specific, what do you want her to do then? What would you like
Attack
to...
the body, play accurate smashes down the line, deceptions to the backcourt, use a lot of cross clears. Use sliced smashes that stops in front of CHEN Yu Fei. It's going to be tough, but break it down in 3 rallies.
Overdone it. In fact, you know, Steve, I can't remember a body smash throughout this match, can you? Well, it's something that hasn't been tried by either player.
Hasn't been there.
It was a mistimed defensive shot from Michelle Lee. This one, and then it just pops up nicely for CHEN Yu Fei, and there we have a body smash.
Yeah, it's clever by CHEN Yu Fei to attack from the serve, and I also think I would, if I were Michelle Lee or her coach, advise her to change her serves, so she's not serving the same serve twice in a row. Definitely not leaving the initiative with CHEN Yu Fei here in the end of the 3rd game. That's a smash again.
Good rally. CHEN Yu Fei pushed the Canadian to all 4 corners of the court in that rally.
And Michelle Lee is hoping that CHEN Yu Fei is going to lose the match. She's not, in my opinion, at the moment trying to win the match herself. She's just playing along. Maybe it's too difficult. Maybe she'll run out of steam after 2 rallies, but then you'll have feedback on what to work on.
Yeah, because the point is that if she plays now, as she did in the 2nd game, she's going to lose anyway. So you might as well try something different.
Exactly. Exactly. And she has had no chance of winning. I mean, she got 1 point here, but that's the other 4 points. She's not been even close to winning them. Relying on CHEN Yu Fei to make mistakes.
Right now, she isn't making mistakes. She's hitting winners.
Yeah, she wasn't making any mistakes for the majority of the 2nd game either, so but it should have happened at 11-10 where there was a shock effect as well. Now I think the chance is more or less gone.
Oh, that was going out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. And look at Michelle Lee. Well, we can't see it at the moment, but I can tell you, she's crouched down on the floor. She is struggling physically.
She is.
Yeah. Hour and 2 minutes. This match has been in progress. And her muscles are aching.
She's struggling right now, Jill. You're right.
Yes.
70.
The accumulation of matches last week and this week is taking its toll now.
Plus the jet lag coming from Europe.
Yeah.
Because she played both in Denmark
Right.
and in Paris. Yes, in Paris she was out rather quickly. She
Yeah.
lost her first match. That was to Sindhu, first round.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
就是要你抓这种球啊，有时候下压完有机会就上，然后没机。
So it all started with the angled smash that you were talking
Yeah, and the
about.
precise smash.
Yeah. And then the body attack.
As the follow-up. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's great analysis, Steen. You've been spot on.
Right.
No left.
It's unbelievable.
You never know.
No, you
in
never know.
sport, do you?
40.
You just
70.
never
No.
know. Once again, I can tell you, Michelle Lee bent double, gasping
Service over.
for air.
80. 40.
Yeah, she's hurting.
Right.
Oh yes, that is delightful. What a super angle.
It's up.
And gets the thumbs up from coaches. No wonder.
90. 40.
2 points away
Under.
from a second consecutive final. What would be a repeat final of last year.
Thank you. Okay, please go on the court. Please go on the court.
抓下一拍跟下一拍，
对，
打他头顶，打他头顶。
Missed it. Oh, she's challenging.
Toe out.
There's two good things that was happening for Michelle Lee there. The first was that she missed it. The second was that she challenged it. Now, if the challenge is wrong, which it is, then it's three good things that happen for the Canadian.
Unsuccessful. No challenge remaining.
No
Service
challenges
over.
remaining.
15, 90.
这很难接啊！
对，
你如果要打正拍，一定要过了，一定要高一点。
Oh, the lucky net cord. Oh, that's cruel for Michelle Lee.
Service over.
a delight for the home fans. And CHEN Yu Fei.
15.
Match point opportunities, 5 of them for the defending champion. Oh, to believe it! Well, well, well. What a way to save match point. And it's only the first of another 4 opportunities for CHEN Yu Fei.
I think had it been chess, at least one of them would have offered a draw by now.
Thank you.
What a match it's been.
Referees go on the court. Player.
Not the longest of this deciding game. That was 28 shots.
20.
So 1 match point has been well saved. Still another 4 for CHEN Yu Fei. Oh, she saved another. Look, she's in real physical distress, but she's just refusing to give up. What great character from Michelle Lee. Survival of the fittest.
If she wins one more rally, we're going to have the service judge get up from the chair and deliver the shuttle on court.
Was that going wide?
I don't think it was, but
No.
it was a loose clear.
This time, the 3rd match point opportunity. And last year's champion, CHEN Yu Fei, closes out the deciding game 21-17 against Michelle Lee, who's given her all. Well, what a battle, what a match. I think she's possibly cramping up. Michelle Lee, yeah, she's in real physical distress. An hour and 11 minutes for an intriguing battle.
Match won by CHEN
But the
Yu Fei.
victory for CHEN Yu Fei means that
21,
we will have
17.
a repeat of last year's women's singles final. It will be CHEN Yu Fei against Nozomi Okuhara. Well, fantastic match and confirmation of the scoreline. 20-22, 21-8, 21-17 in the deciding game. So welcome back to the Haisha Olympic Sports Centre for semi-finals day at the Fuzhou China Open World